my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I know y'all like, what the hell is really going on? She has been on here almost every day for the last 3 or 4 days. I have. Trying to get back in the swing of things. I had been temporarily sidelined, but we are all done with that. This is going to be Taurus and Pisces. Sitting in a tree, Kissing. I like what I see on the top so far. We got the Empress in her beautiful, glowing self. So that's telling me Taurus is on that game. It feels like Taurus and Pisces may have had some difficulties earlier in the year, but it feels like a lot of that has cleared up and you guys have started a new cycle. Some of you may have decided to go into business with your partner. Others of you may have made some permanent adjustments to your schedule after COVID last year. What the hell? So you were better able to kind of be around your partner a little more. I guess COVID wasn't bad for everybody, huh? Just saying. Whatever. So let's see what we got going on Taurus and Pisces. Hermit and the Page of Cups, and the challenge is the Four of Swords. Oh boy. Okay. And that's what's on the bottom. The Two of Pentacles. I'm sliding back underneath there. I'm not shuffling it again. I shuffled them 1,200 times before I got on camera. Uh-oh. Wow. Oh, I don't know if I'm liking this. So this is coming from those of you that haven't. Welcome to my channel. You see, we get busy here. We don't do a whole lot of announcements and shit at the beginning. We just start doing cards. What the hell? Uh-oh. Okay, so this ain't that group. This is another group of Taurus and Pisces. Jesus. Woo-wee. Well, this is coming from Taurus's perspective. Has there been some infidelity, people? What the hell? Because it's not looking good. And I do not like the Empress sitting on top of the devil. I don't like that at all. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. The Two of Pentacles with the Hermit on top. Taurus, maybe you feel like you've been isolating. This is going back to that energy I'm picking up on from COVID. Maybe some of y'all are working from home and you're just trying to juggle your personal life. But the Hermit card, because that goes a little deeper than just you isolating because you're at work. I almost want to say it feels like you might have your head in the sand, boo, because you can't. It's like you can't process everything that's going on. So let me say this: some of you may not be fully aware of what your partner is doing. I have to say that. The Page of Cups with the Ten of Swords on top. Yeah, y'all are anxious, depressed, stressed out, and some other shit. That anxiety and that depression. I feel that. Something in the relationship, Taurus, is making you what the fuck. That's your challenge, to deal with this. Get your head about the sand and deal with this. And to get past playing the victim and being frustrated and deal with this shit head on. This is okay, so here's a disclaimer. Eat the fish, leave the bones, do not choke on what does not belong to you. That's the first part. Second part, Taurus, Man. Yeah, see, you right here. So this is June. This is for June 2021. The Empress. You know, she's that bitch. Yeah, she trumps the Queen, the High Priestess, and some mofo. Well, not the High Priestess, but because the High Priestess is right before her. But everybody else on the board, she's it. She's the big boo-doo. But that she's on top of the Devil card, questions, decisions. And you really, you really are in this. I'm the Empress. I don't want to deal with this. That's what it feels like. But all this is what's throttling around. And you know you've got questions about what's going on. Maybe Pisces has not been coming home on time. Again, maybe there actually has been some readjustment of schedules, but Pisces has been dropping the ball, holding up their end of the bargain. This would be the week, Taurus. Even from a planetary standpoint, this would actually be the week, and that we're at the beginning of a Mercury retrograde. This is where you review, and you reassess, and you readjust, and you read. This is that energy, and so I'm not lost with the Empress sitting up here on top of the Devil card, because it almost feels like, Taurus, you know, if you get into this, you're going to hurt Pisces' feelings. And for some reason, even though your feelings are being hurt to the point that you need to call 911 to pull the damn knives out your back, you still, just like it looks, you still are just not really trying to show all that back there. You're not trying to deal with that. You're trying to sit up here. For some of you, it may be finances. You can't leave right now. You got a good understanding of what's going on. Maybe you haven't had that confrontation yet, but it's money. Here's the thing. The situation is not going to solve itself, Taurus. You're going to have to get in here. You're going to have to make some accusations. I hate to say it like that, but that's the truth. You're going to have to just throw that shit up against the wall until you get down to what's going on. It's very obvious. It's very obvious. Now, the other energy that was overlaying this was that it felt like many of you had been through this part already, maybe last year sometime, or early this year. But for some of you, it seems like this situation is still going on, and in part, Taurus, it's you. I know y'all like, lady, you did not come to Tarota Tarot to hear you bashing the bull. I'm not bashing, but I'm seriously trying to tell you it's time now. That's two major cards sitting on top of each other. It's time to come up out of this energy of just sitting and hoping things are going to get better. Stop playing the hermit. You see that? You know, he ain't just outside in the middle of the damn dark, wandering around, you know, trying to find worms for fishing. That's not what he's doing. He's out there contemplating some big shit. Taurus, that's major energy once again, contemplating big shit. And you're juggling all this, and people that will be looking from the outside in and go, oh, she just makes all of that look so easy. Or he just makes all of that look so easy. And it's not. It's tearing you up on the inside. The Death card on top of the Five of Swords is just what the fuck it sounds like. For those that I'm reading to, because this is a rather specific reading, you either are on the verge of asking some questions, or you have asked some questions, and maybe you haven't gotten any answers yet. And so this card talks about nothing being resolved. You see all smoke in the background. Ain't nobody fighting. Everybody just wandering around like the bug. But it's time. It's fucking time. Overcoming your fears and dealing with this. This is a Death card. So now that's two major energies just slammed back to back on top of each other. I don't ever like to see the Five of Swords, because there's always some issue, good, bad, or indifferent with the Five of Swords. You know, it's always something extra. Death card. And see, this has got that divine energy in it. You know, this is going to happen. This transformation needs to happen. For some of you, again, I'm going to come back to the first card, the Empress on top of the Devil. Y'all may be in this for the wrong reasons right now. But because, and I get it, it is not lost on me, Taurus. It is not. Rent, sky high, gas going up, you know, kids going back to school, jobs tripping and some more shit. But you at some point have to trust the universe, because your well-being, you know, you sit up here and look all humpty, but if it's tearing you up on the inside, you ain't gonna be sitting here much longer. Come on now. Sometimes you just have to put your faith in the universe. See, some of y'all are going, for some, this is not everybody, this is a real small group actually. Some of you may have a dream about who, what, when, and where. Others of you may luck up. See the word luck on there? You may luck up on a password, a piece of paper, something. But here's where it all goes boom. And it will, again, either come from you asking questions, trying to tiptoe around some shit, or you're going to luck up on it one way or the other by the end of this energy. And we're starting the day with June 1st. So I'm going to say by the end of next week, I'm counting this as the first week, but for sure by the end of next week, you will know what's going on. And that's what Mercury retrograde does. It for those of us that can't always just face up to the fear part in the immediate moment, every 90 days you are guaranteed a Mercury retrograde. And that Mercury retrograde will spin shit right in front of your face. What you thought you wasn't looking at, it'll show it to you in plain color. When we get to the second week, the King of Pentacles sitting on top of the Two of Cups. You may go into some kind of nurturing phase, Taurus. And a lot of us do this. You know, when you get the bad news, it's like, oh, we're going to just try to maybe try. This is not about you, though, Taurus. This is definitely about Pisces. Definitely about Pisces. And you just looking at the King of Cups is the only thing up here talking about Pisces specifically. Everything else is about how you feel, or how you find out, or how you deal with. The King of Pentacles on that Two of Cups. Trust and believe. Pisces is going to come back with some stuff. You're going to be reluctant to trust, but on the other hand, you're still going to be trying to nurture the whole little thing. Try to just kiss it better. But this King, once again, is not going to allow you to do that. And this has got a lot to do with your finances, Taurus. So instead of trying to, you know, offer another cup in another way, because you're still going to end up with the same infidelity, the same Three of Swords, the same King of Cups up here looking at the water and shit. You're still going to end up with that same result, because whatever's going on in this relationship, this is not what it's not. No. This is not the end all be all. Again, I'm talking to a very specific group of Taurus and Pisces. But you're going to have to get it out there. You're going to have to get it out there. You may have to have a money conversation. You cheating, doing whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm stuck here doing blah, blah, blah. And you may have to take the king pose, male or female, and start knocking heads around. I don't know what else to say behind that. You may have to just literally just go bully. You can't do this by yourself. In that, end up with the High Priestess anyway, but you end up looking at the back of her. This is telling me that there's no logic to what's going on. There's no logic. And Pisces might be dealing with a fire sign. I'm looking at that red flame over there. or maybe an air sign. This blue flame over here. However, that's resonating. But there's no logical. You may be trying to put this, and this is major energy. You may be trying to put some kind of logic, and this has got more to do with karmic debt. And it feels like that portion of the relationship has been served. And so now your Pisces is just gone and doing whatever. And may not even understand, that's real talk, may not understand, why they're cheating. But if the universe put them in your life for a reason, and this can go vice versa. If you were put in their life for a reason, looks like it's done. And that card looks like it's over. Cooked goose. At the end of the second week, the Page of Swords with the Nine of Wands, that 9, once again, talking about overcoming difficulty. You got this, Taurus. You got this. But that is sitting on the Page of Swords. There may be some immature thinking on either side. And it may get petty. That fire up there on top of that wind, it may get petty. It may get just downright petty. It's going to be up to you. I'm going to put it on Taurus because that's the perspective I'm reading for. It's going to be up to you, Taurus, to take the high road. I'm going to say that again. It's going to be up to you to take the high road. And you can get out here in the dirt if you want to and start fucking around with damn dogs. I don't care what kind of bull you are. Yeah, no. I would take the high road. I would turn my ass around and take the high road. And that would be the overcoming the difficulty. Words, arguments, nasty biting words. Fuck you. Well, fuck you. Your mama ain't shit no way. Come on. Y'all hear me. And I be damned, there's the Wheel of Fortune. See, that's where I know there's divine shit going on. The Wheel of Fortune popping up. It's time. It's time for this cycle to be over. Knight of Pentacles. Talking about your inner strength. The Judgment. See, y'all think these cards be playing. They don't. They don't. They got a story to tell, and they are sure the hell gonna tell it. 9 of Swords. 8 of Wands. High Priestess once again. Yeah. So the High Priestess here talking about you're trying to put logic to all of this because you're not understanding. And again, some of you may not understand this. There's some divine guidance going on here. This one down here is talking about don't ignore the spiritual. A lot of times we start going through a bunch of bullshit and we forget to pray because you're so stressed out. Come on, 9 of Swords. What? Yep. There it is. There it is. So the Wheel of Fortune with the 7 of Wands on top. Excuse me. There's a lot of major energy on this board. Good grief. Can't hardly breathe. Good Lord. You're going to have to just boldly step towards. That's the only thing I can tell you about this energy right here. The Wheel of Fortune with the 7 of Wands. You're just going to have to, that's about being bold and audacious and courageous and shit. You're going to have to just go with this one. And I know it hurts. I'm not even trying to hear that it doesn't hurt. I know it hurts. Some of you been in this for a little while. This ain't nothing that you just started overnight. Some of you, maybe you did start it more recently within the last year, but you had high hopes for this. Bigger indication here, and this is going to resonate with some of you in different ways, but the bigger indication here was that there was some karmic shit that needed to happen, and it's happened, and it's over. Whether you want it to be, it's like the film, it's over. It's done. Movie done. With the Knight of Cups on top of the Knight of Pentacles, it's going to be difficult moving through this energy emotionally, Taurus. The Knight of Pentacles is the one that's on the bottom. It's going to take that inner strength. I got it up there. It's going to take that inner strength to emotionally move through this. It might take you a minute. It might not be no 1-2 whoop, I'm over it. No, it might take you a minute. And rightfully so. Especially if you've been kind of hiding your head in the sand. Going, it's not, you know, you say it enough, you start believing, oh, he's just working late. Oh, she's just hanging out with the girls. Okay. All right. And I get it. No judgment. I'm the first one to tell you I've been there and done that. But now it's time. It's time. And you may be the one, Taurus, going back to that first row, you may be the one that, if you haven't started asking questions, because you have them, might as well go ahead and start asking the questions. Start making the decision. Some of you may know what's going on, but you haven't confronted the Pisces yet. Get your business in order. All these pentacles on the board, that's not just there for what I'm saying. It's still money. Get your money in order. You want to move in August, you want to move in October or September or whenever, get your money together. This situation is not going to get better. Now, Pisces may come back and cry and get back home. It's not going to get better. Not going to get better. For some of you, there may be a do-over somewhere down the line. That could be anywhere from a year to 3 years. But right now, this is not where you need to be. Slow moving, emotional energy. Pulling on that inner strength to the Judgment card with the Queen of Wands. Now, you got this bitch. Woo, help us. We went from the High Priestess to the Empress. Oh, Lord. Yeah, her. And, you know, say what you want to, but she's the one wielding the damn fire. This is where how can I put this? You can't be sloppy. That's what I'm going to say. You cannot be sloppy. You need to capture the Queen's energy, and you need to deal with things directly and swiftly. If it's time to get a divorce, then it needs to be done. If you are doing, like I said, you're trying to save money so you can get out, you need to set a firm date. Now, not next month. Now. You're moving out in August, that's it. You're moving out in December, whatever it is, but you need to get that plan in place and make that decision, because the longer it takes you to get yourself out of the situation, Taurus, is going to impact other things that are coming down the line for you. So if this is going to turn into a big messy mess, you need to start putting things in place now. If you're cross-watching, you need to quit playing, admit to whatever you need to admit to, and move on. But hanging on to this it's not going to do anything but get more toxic. That damn Devil card. Especially when Taurus decides to get up off this pretty picture and start dealing with some shit. It's not going to do anything but get more toxic. Pisces, the feeling here, the energy that I'm getting is not ready to go. They're not going to ever be ready to go, because they're kind of in a good space right now. They're swimming between two worlds, if you will. So getting busted is going to be one thing for them, but breaking up this situation is going to be another. And that's where the difficulty may come in, Taurus. You're going to have to be the one to put your hoof down and get it moving. The last week, the Queen of Swords on top of the Nine of Swords. This is just what I'm saying. By this time, Taurus, you will be ready to slice and dice it all up. And see, that's the thing with bulls. That's why it's not good for us to do this. It's not good for bulls to hide their head in the sand or act like, we don't see what's going on. Because when we finally do recognize what the fuck is going on, then everybody has hell to fucking pay. Everybody. It's not a good look. Pisces, if you cross-watching, baby, and I just go ahead and admit it now while I'm packing my bag, pretty much. Once Taurus pulls their head up out the sand and they start dealing with some shit head on, forget bulls got horns. It's a done deal. And it has that level of intensity because the Tauruses that are going through this have put that level of loyalty into this situation. They've been loyal. They've been doing what they're supposed to do. And like I started out with this, it feels like Pisces maybe didn't keep up with their end of the bargain. Some of you, it feels like you changed some things around after COVID because you were trying to be conducive and kind of conforming with your Pisces and trying to make things go easier. And then all of a sudden, boom, bam, boom, here's this shit. So I'm going to just put the warning out there. You get to the end of the month, probably right about the time we start sliding out of Mercury retrograde, Taurus is not going to be the one to be playing with. Already in your head, up at night, dealing with some shit. When you take on this Queen of Swords energy, that's that bitch in school. Put your name in the upper left-hand corner. Put the date in the upper right-hand corner, that bitch. And so that brings us here to the Knight of Swords. Or the Knight of the Page. I get these folks, their hats, their helmets all look the same. Decisions. And then, so we come to this Eight of Wands. And it's just what I said, Taurus. Be careful with Pisces trying to waste your damn time. They don't want to get out. They don't want to move. If that is resonating with you. It'll be 50 million reasons why. All them wands. It'll be 50 million reasons why they can't get out the house. But the decisions have to be made. And like I said, Taurus, if you dick around with this, it's going to impact things that are coming for you in the future. And that's what you don't want. At the end of all of this, the High Priestess with the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, you Lord, y'all got all the kings and queens everywhere. Here's where you begin, Taurus. You start again of trusting yourself. That's what this is about. And you get back to the spiritual side of what's going on. It's like I said, from this one to this one up here, trying to add logic to something. Now, you done forgot about the spiritual part. So at this point, this is where all of that comes back together for you. Because you no longer are not listening to your inner GPS system, if you will. Now you know what you thought you felt a couple months ago is exactly what it was. And it'll be at this point the Taurus becomes totally disinterested in this whole situation. And it is funny how quickly that can happen. There's my little bird up there. My bird's been telling me it's divine. I'm telling you, this is all divinely guided. And that this is the backside. Whatever is coming for you in the future, Taurus. That's mama. She's all about abundance and shit. Can't see it right now until you got to get past this energy right here. But it's coming. And see, whatever's going on, once Taurus gets their head out the sand, that would be the end of it. You can come in the house and start all that kissing and hugging on Taurus if you want to. Taurus will stand there and look at you like you're stone bone crazy. Just saying. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news for those of you that weren't expecting this, but the sooner the better. There's no sense. It's going to turn more toxic the longer you're in it. And that's all going to be based on a lot of overthinking, all this air energy on the board, overanalyzing for both Taurus and Pisces, and then just doing dumb shit. Taurus will be mad because they ain't been, they've been trying to cover it up, hoping it was going to go away. Pisces going to be mad because they done got chopped. I mean, which one? And the way this feels, I don't know why Cheaters is coming to mind, the TV show. Okay, first card, somebody is lying. Man. Yes. don't know what the question is. I'm going to guess it's probably, is my Pisces cheating? And in a rare case, the energy might be reversed. It might be Taurus is doing all this, but that's not the energy that I'm picking up. But if that's the question, the answer is yes. Whatever your question is, there's the answer. Yes. Time to go? Yes. Somebody lying? Yes. Okay. Oh, one more card, universe. Can I get one more card, please? Okay. And that's what I was saying. It won't happen overnight. The healing won't happen overnight. For some of you trying to get out of this, especially if this has been more of a financial thing for you, it's not going to happen overnight. But if you procrastinate, dick around until it actually is time to do something, you're not going to have all the resources that you need. So it's time to start planning now. And I hate to sound all scary and booey and shit, but that's real talk. I'd rather you know that than to just not be thinking about it and come up against it and you don't have enough to do what you need to do. So whoever that's resonating for some of you in the midst of all this chaos, you have a new job coming. So I don't know who that's for, but you got a new job coming. So that will go a long way in helping you get to where you're trying to get, because this job is going to pay considerably more than you were making pre-pandemic, that part. Taurus babies, I love you. Pisces, I love you too. I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.